Hello, my name is Brian Maxwell, and this is Brian's voice. Well, I'm Brian, and this is my voice. And this week, I got a haircut. Aha! Do you like it? I paid someone to do it. Was that a good financial decision? I think so. Not just for the dashing haircut and the new sleek aerodynamic Brian in front of you. I had a wonderful experience. I have never enjoyed going to a barber's. I was very spoiled, protected, coddled. Shut in, boy. My mum took me to the hairdressers that she went to, and I much prefer chatting with the girlos. Oh my God, how's it going? Look at this handsome young man. I just... Compliment me and say nice things. I'll be your friend forever. Shh. More compliments. I love it. And being around all that feminine energy is more my style. I would much rather go to a hen party than a stag. Not just because I prefer... has nothing to do with the strippers, has everything to do with the activities before the strippers. If I could do like a hen party, although I would, you know what, I wouldn't mind. Not a problem for me. I appreciate the aesthetics of all of people without being too rude. Careful. Be nice. Be honest. But be nice. Yeah, I much prefer being around feminine energy. Can't you tell? And this was a lady barber, but a barber nonetheless. A barbarella. A Briany. Is there a female equivalent of barber? Like not hairdresser, but answers in the comments, please. I'd love to know the etymology. I was able to just be myself. I was able to just talk incessantly. And it seemingly was appreciated. Or at least I wasn't told to stop. And more importantly, there was not the awkward silence. I'll say that again. Or in English, I tend to have a lot of silences when I talk to people. I don't know why. You tell me. I say a lot of things and then everything just goes quiet and I think, do I release confetti? Like, why? I don't know whether it's stunned silence, shock, or awe. Anytime that I seem to get on a roll and really allow myself to fully let my brain go completely wild and just ramble on completely free of any judgment or care of other people, there tends to be a moment when I stop talking and then realise no one else has been talking, he says while recording a YouTube video. I do love to talk. Ever so much. Odd that I associate that level of natter and chatting with women, because this is what my mum is like. Gabbing, chatting, nattering, words, having an old chin wag. Just, I think it's one of the greatest things on the planet, because I do this for fun. I choose to do this. I could be downstairs playing video games. I could be going to the gym. But no, I do this. This is my thing. And I'd be fascinated to know if there was any particular difference in the way that I speak or the way that I go on and my mannerisms. I'm constantly analysing and evaluating because I just find it so fascinating. Me, all the time. And then even there last week, I was like, well, this is more me. To which I said to my wife, and she went, yeah, it's not really you. No one is like that. Anytime you're talking to someone, you're animated and you're engaged. I do not do things with my half ass or half of my voice. I would much rather be mumbly and bumbly, but there today I was at a work do, and the same thing happened where I was talking a lot and then no one else was talking, and then I realised I was talking a lot and in this voice. So I was like, hey, vocal posture. Patent pending. Answers on a t-shirt, please. Behold my vocal posture. So having fully divulged my vulnerabilities and thinking about what I was saying last week and then fully embracing that part of myself and given an opportunity to meet somebody for the first time and just go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm here. I'm at the barber's. I want to get my hair cut. I'm just going to let the fucking floodgates open. And it was greatly received. And if it wasn't, then fine. But at least I'm being authentic. At least I'm being my full, 100% engaged, well-postured self. And I have found great inspiration in that, because there's a way that I carry myself, my body, my spirit, my soul. Your soul is mine. That moment of spark, that moment of engagement, that moment of, oh yeah, and this, oh yeah, and that. Brainstorming, creativity, writing, performance. Just being here in this moment, not particularly knowing what's going to happen next, but then allowing the muse to work through me, showing up and being available for me. My enjoyment. M.E. Minding everyone. I'd love to do that. I'd love to mind everyone. I'd just put my arm around your shoulder and give you a kiss on the forehead. You're gonna be okay. I don't know why. Here, have some money. That'd fix everything, right? Everyone's gonna win the lotto. Now, bang. Everyone gets a fiver. Fuck, sorry. That's how it works. If we all got exactly what we wanted, exactly when we wanted it, all at the same time, then we would live in paradise. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it the struggle? Isn't it the search? Isn't it the plying of one's trade? The voyaging up along the 7 seas? The digging of the hole? Finding the treasure. And then realising the treasure was inside us all along. And then the pirates turned the shovels on themselves and dug the treasure from themselves. They're a very literal bunch, pirates. As am I. Does that mean I'm a pirate? Oh my God, I want to be a pirate. I'd be a great pirate. They get hats. Oh, I want a pirate hat. I did used to wear bandanas. A lot. So much so I was referred to in Temple Bar Bank as Bandana Brian. Isn't that wonderful? I would have fit perfectly in my haircut too. Look at that. Perfect bandana shape. Maybe I should get my bandanas back. So much more room for accessories. I mean, this is a lot. This haircut is a lot. I'm also wearing a Spider-Man Christmas jumper. Like, I get it. I paint with vivid colours. I am a vivid coloured person. Neon. Glow sticks. Don't break open glow sticks. I know they look delicious, but they are not delicious. These are the intrusive thoughts that became intrusive actions. I wish you not to suffer as I did. It was icky. They look like jellies, but they're not the shiny jellies. The shiny forbidden jellies. Do not eat the shiny forbidden jellies. Dance with them. Create wonderful pictures. Slow down your shutter speed. Paint a picture. Glow magnificently. Nice little analogy there. To slow down shutter speed. Do you know what shutter speed is? Shutter speed is the click of a camera. Push button, camera goes click. The speed of the shutter. Because that's how the mechanism used to work. In a camera, you would have the lens, and then from the lens, from behind the lens, you would have a covered over part of the film, the actual film that you would put inside. And it would be unexposed to the light. So the shutter would go click, and it would expose it to the light. And that would imprint the light that had shone on it and create a picture. Ta-da! Now you know how cameras work. And it's still the same today. It's the same system that I know of. Oh, I'd love to know more. What I understand, there's a sensor that acts in proxy, in substitution of the traditional film. Same thing. Shutter, exposure, picture, captured, digital. Ooh! But to slow down the shutter exposes more light. Isn't that a good analogy? Slow down your shutter, and you will expose yourself to more light, and you will glow ever brighter. But not too much, or you'll explode. Because there is such a thing as overexposure. Not just being in the tabloids and being really famous like I am. Overexposure. You would completely white out and just entirely, essentially, bleach the entire film. And it would be an entirely white image of then when you would put the chemicals on it to make the thing, and don't shaky when you're doing that, by the way. Them chemicals are a lot to deal with. Also, not to be drunk either. I wish everything just was instantly delicious, but it isn't. The things that you think will be delicious more than likely are, but there's things that you think, oh, what if that was delicious? It's probably not going to be delicious. We've pretty good system in our brains for figuring out what is and is not delicious. If you're unsure, ask me. I'll let you know. I've probably eaten it. Chalk. Nom, 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 nom. I love taking pictures. Not of people. I am one of them. That doesn't interest me. I like taking street photography. Just walking around looking at stuff. Inanimate objects. Lampposts. A bin. A passing truck. A horse. Of course. There's a lovely moment when you're taking pictures that we don't really get with our phones. The screen is filthy. I'm a greasy bitch. But try this. The next time you're taking a picture, so much of pictures are like, okay, get to go, okay, ready, 3, 2, and it's so rushed. Slow it down. Not even the settings, not the shutter speed, just slow it down. It's called taking a picture. You are taking a moment. That goes for when you're posing too. I don't like pose pictures. Much for candid pictures, I'd much rather just be talking casually and for someone to take the picture. I'd be like, to know that the camera is there is important. That's consent, right? Whole legality of taking pictures of people. But to know that someone's in the room, people instantly, even this, oh my God, camera, lights, camera, action, microphone, lights, There's a moment. I love to do it in taking pictures, and if you've ever taken a picture with me or around me, you'll see me doing this. I learned it. And many of my student films. Actually, while working on the Mattress Mick music video, Back with a Bang. It's a particular visual of ladies being sensual upon a bed in this music video. And the director of photography, shall we say, the guy running the cameras, was telling the girls, this is how you do sexy faces. And I'm going to show you now. Would you like to see my sexy face? Well, you're already looking at it, but even sexier. It's time to bring the smolder. Normally, when people pose in a picture, and it's fine. But what really helps, the difference in to, hey, that little moment, that little extra vocality actually moves your face more and becomes more natural. But what I learned was you use your vowels. A, E, I, O, U. And now you're a model. You know what I mean? Doing your little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah. I would gladly shake my little tush on a catwalk. I was a master of ceremonies for a fashion show in my secondary school. 'Cause I just had to. Me talking? Of course. I wanted to be far funnier, but they didn't want to. At which people were surprised I wasn't funnier. They complained. I was shackled. Creatively held back. There was also a moment. Oh, you're getting all the lore now. Triggered trauma. What other people call a memory. I performed in my secondary school's talent competition. Pop Idol was all the rage, and I went to the Donaghy's community school. So the show was called D-Idol. I'll give you a second. Didle. I sang Beyond the Sea of the Robbie Williams style. Finding Nemo was all the rage that time. Very fashionable. And I had a trilby hat. A black trilby hat with a skull on it. And a pink striped shirt. I looked a bit. That's all I was wearing. No, I had trousers and shoes and socks on too. And there was a moment I was singing and the microphone went all fuddy-duddy. And I sang my song, and I found out later that it wasn't received as well as I wanted to because the microphone was all goosed and banjaxed. And then that happened to another performer, at which point he was cheered back onto the stage and he was allowed to perform a second time, where I was not. Conspiracy. I think so. I went out for X Factor and I won. I didn't get past the first round. I am a bang average karaoke singer at best, but I really wanted to be on the show and I didn't win. Very frustrating. Fucking love singing. Ethan doesn't like me singing. Daddy, no! Daddy, no singing! He's going to have a hard time in his life. For father has the need. Theatre kid, show off energy. The moment just takes me. Do you have that? Do you have a song that when it comes on you just have to belt it out even if the neighbours beg you not to? I have a few of them. Mustang Sally, Beyond the Sea, Iron Sky by Paolo Nutini, Many Shades of Black by the raconteurs. Anything Michael Bublé. Most of the Rat Pack. And I'm sure there's others. If you're around me and the song arrives and I sing, you'll know in that moment I'm happy. But also terrible. But mostly happy. What's your karaoke song? What are you going to do this week to light that spark for yourself? And how are you going to slow down your shudder? Thank you so much for listening. It has been my deepest pride and greatest pleasure to have you receive my mouth. Talk to you soon. Bye.